Is this opening your mind up a little bit? Okay, let's go a little bit. We'll move on from here. So you take that product or service. The second thing you want here is marketing, okay, and sales. Marketing and sales. Marketing is purely the what? Transition to the sell. If I could skip marketing and just do product, service, sell, I'll just do that. It's much faster. I serve people, people are happy, I make money. Marketing is purely the transition to the sell. What does that mean? Marketing is purely for eyeballs, that's all. Right? Eyeballs needs to transition to the sell. So in terms of getting a lot more visibility, there's a load of ways. The most powerful way is about paid marketing today. That's your instant. That's the fastest way. Pay for marketing. Pay for online marketing. The fastest. Right. If you want to go slow, go organic. But some of you, you'll hear that, but you will still go organic. Is because it's a mindset thing. You're not used to investing money. You're not used to putting money out. And some people will have this feeling, but Eric, I don't have any money to put out. Well, if you don't have any money to put out, what do? Because if you know a system that works, this is I'm making a big thing out of this. The reason being is because I know it doesn't matter how many times I say it, you actually won't get it. You will sit here, you'll be like, that makes sense, but you won't do it. I said yesterday, I was fortunate because my dad was always an entrepreneur. I seen it growing up. Take a loan, start a business. Take a loan, start a business. Take a loan, start a business. Invest money, make money. Invest money, make money, right? Borrow money, invest, make money. Borrow money, invest, make money. So I seen it. It was very natural to me. I never thought, oh, no, I don't want to put money out. I want to know it makes results. People want to see results. The average person wants to see results before they're willing to put money out. It doesn't exist. Doesn't exist. Oh, but I was thinking of doing the free one first, and then when I get some results, then I'll put some money. No, it's not like that. Like my first business was a restaurant business. I can't say, hey, can you guys buy my food first? And when I know you guys are buying my food, then I'll go and invest money and borrow money and open the restaurant. You can't play that game. It doesn't exist. Those of you who are somewhere in that subconscious mind playing that game, you're living in la la land. Wake up. Turn to the person next to you, give them a shake and say, wake up. So understand this, okay? The biggest thing, and this is probably, we'll see depending on time, right, what we can share after lunch as well. I think the most powerful one right now is Facebook paid traffic. Why? Because pretty much everyone's on Facebook. If you know how to target the person who's looking for your product and service, you can get a sale and you don't need to spend too much on marketing. But even spending too much on marketing doesn't mean anything, as long as you know there's a return. There is no such thing, repeat after me, there's no such thing as expensive, right? Don't say, oh, that's expensive. My friend puts 50K, well, he used to, now it's gone up by double because of the algorithms. He used to put 50K on every event he held, every free event he held, he put 50K on Facebook marketing, right? People wouldn't even imagine, so some of you are like, whoa, that's too much. Maybe I start on 5K. Wrong mindset. Your question is, okay, when you put 50K down, what is the strategy? And how much do you make? Oh, wow, 50K is a real bargain. And then your next thought is, but I don't have the 50K. But if it's a real bargain, go and find the 50K to put in there because you know there's something there. Does this make sense? Get into that mindset. Get into the investor's mindset. Get into the wealth mindset. So marketing, what I want to do is very, very simple here because just to start it off, I wanted to talk a little bit about organic. And then after lunch, we'll break down a marketing structure for paid traffic. Would that be cool? Yeah? Okay. So organic traffic, if we understand that everything is just based on keywords, that's all it's based on. So like my YouTube traffic right now, why it's starting to trend. By the way, I think it's gone up 1,000 now. It's about 8,000. Yeah, 8,000. So it's 8,000 plus subscribers now, but it's going to go up. I think tomorrow we'll hit 9,000. But it's going up exponentially, faster and faster now, because the more subscribers, the more views, the faster it becomes. And so it's very simple. Everything's based on keywords. Yes, there are loads of different algorithms, ninja tricks, and loads of things that keep coming up, and they're changing all the time. So we can do those add-ons as much as we can after lunch. But let's keep the basics that never change first. And the basics that never change is keywords. And so when it comes to keywords, I don't know if this actually displays my, oh, I don't think it does. Maybe I can show you here. Oh, here it is. Okay, if we just go on keywords, it's actually very simple, because we can actually just go to Google, and then on keywords, let's say, for example, I don't know, let's say I was doing a feeder funnel for, let's say web design, okay? So what I could actually do is I could do this here. I would type here web design, okay? So when I type this, I know what everybody's searching for here. Okay, it instantly tells me. By the way, this is the most simple. Before we go into AdWords, before we create an AdSense account, how many of you have an AdSense account, by the way? How many of you don't have an AdSense account? Don't have an AdSense account? Nice and high. Point to yourself, get one. Right? Get an AdSense account. It's free. It's a free tool. You sign up for AdSense, log into AdWords, and it gives you all the statistics of what people are searching for, how often they're searching for it, what month they're searching for it, ups and downs, everything, all the different comparisons, all for free, right? So if we type in here, this is the basic of it first, okay? So it already said web design. Now what's really interesting is I can do this. Watch this. Before it, I can put a underscore, and then I can put a space. And then before that, I can put a space. Oh, sorry. I know why it's not working. It's because I need to type web design. Okay, so web design. Okay. So what I can do here is I put underscore, I put a space. Can you see what comes up? When I put underscore and a space, it gives me everything that's people searching for linked to web design. Something web design. So people are looking for responsive web design. So you know, Heidi, if you have on your website, your text talks quite a lot about responsive web design, then you know that people who are looking for web design, you're more likely to rank up higher on Google. Does that make sense? Same thing with YouTube, same thing with, this is the basics of it. It's all based on keywords. All based on? Keywords, right? This is, by the way, this is very, very basic, okay? So responsive, best web design software, free web design software. Do you know if I was going to write let's say you were to create a YouTube video, okay? And by the way, you want to be on YouTube as well. Why YouTube? People, video, people mostly consume video now. Video marketing is like the greatest thing now, right? Because there's so much like blogs and so much of those things out there now. Video is the thing, is happening now, right? Video and podcasts. Now, if we go video here, if you go YouTube, you created a video talking about, like this is how I would do your video. Okay, it would look something like this. It'll be like, hey guys, this is Heidi here, and you're probably wondering, now my title for the video will probably be best web design software for the most responsive web tutorial, or whatever it is, right? Something along those tags. Then my first words on my YouTube video need to be the tag words. Why? Because YouTube recognizes your speech. When your speech, when the content is linked to the heading, then YouTube recognizes it as relevant content. Why do they do that? Because in the past, people used to leverage off clickbait to get people onto the wrong video. So let's say you get a bikini girl on your thumbnail, and you get people to click. Then when they click, you talk about websites, right? That's why YouTube didn't want people to do that anymore. So now, that's why on YouTube, if you create a video, you can click subtitles, and it will automatically subtitle your whole thing because it's reading every word that you're saying. So that's why it helps your first few words, instead of saying, hi, this is Heidi here, don't even say that. Your first words is your keywords. Your first words is the best, most responsive web design software. That's your first words. If you check all my videos out, that's how I started off with the keywords. Then what do I say? Then I say, hi, this is Heidi here, and you're probably wondering what software is best to use for your web design. And I had this problem too a few years ago because I was thinking to create this, create that, and create this. But this thing, I don't know if you've ever used Wix before. When you use Wix, this actually doesn't happen. And sometimes when you try to create on WordPress, it gets very complicated, and you miss out this, that, and this tool. And that's why it's very important, if you create a website, it's very important to have 5 things. The 5 things are, number 1, Ninja pop-ups, number 2, exit pops, number 3, keyword search, number 4, the right headings, and number 5, no, I'm just making it up. Stop taking notes. I'm just giving an example. Yeah. Oh, that's how so that's what you need. By the way, if you're interested in this, all you do, because I've created a free ebook download which explains all of this to you, all you do is click the link below, click on the link, and then you can get the free ebook and read all about it, and it'll teach you step by step how to do that. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button, comment below, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Bye for now. Right. So what happens now is most people who are searching for it, I don't know if have you ever searched for something on Google before, a video pops up. You done that before? It's the same company, that's why. That's why video works so well, because you stand out. And also, remember what I said yesterday, repeat after me, people don't buy products. They don't buy services. People buy from people. Today is the H to H market. It's human to human, heart to heart. That's how people buy today. It's all influencer marketing. That's all everything is. So now, there's quite a lot of things I could share. But like in YouTube, aside from doing the speaking, aside from using that as the headline, in your description, what your description wants to do, and your tags, these are crucial. Tags and description. What you want to do in tags and description is you want to ramble on about the keywords over and over again. If you read any of my YouTube descriptions, none of them make sense. Well, I try to make as much sense as I can possibly do. But let's say your YouTube video that we just said create. What it would say is actually something like this, okay? By the way, I can do another thing. It's like this. I will click on this first one here, okay? And I'll go to the bottom. Okay, there. Can you see? Searches related to responsive web design. You see it? Okay, so this is how my description will sound like. You ready for this? My description will sound like, hi, if you're interested in responsive web design examples, in this video I'll be giving you a tutorial with a few web design examples. And a lot of people miscommunicate the definition of web design, what web design actually is, because a responsive website design requires a template. And some of you may have looked up something to do with Bootstrap or framework or web design framework or web design books or even web design CSSs. But what you need to understand that is actually a lot more simple than that. And that's why in this video, I break down in a very simple tutorial, a very simple responsive website design example for you to be able to get more clients. So that one, okay, because YouTube are looking at these few things. They're looking at your heading, they're looking at your speech, they're looking at your description, they're looking at your tags. Does that make sense? But that's not just YouTube. So the basis of Google is actually very similar. So what does this mean? It means that with your website, you want to do the same thing. On your website, in the description, you want to ramble on about, obviously, if it's your website, then make it make sense a little bit more, right? Because people are going to be reading it. But you want to be mentioning the keywords. The more the keywords are there, the more that people will be, the more that it's likely to rank. Make sense? That alone, obviously, isn't everything to do with algorithms, because the more traffic you drive to it, then the more higher it ranks too. But we'll cover that after lunch. Is that okay? Yes. Yeah? Is that useful, by the way? Yes. Yeah? Just a bit of insight to it. Welcome. So, okay, so let's go from okay, so marketing is first we want to grab the visibility. Today, grabbing the visibility, easiest thing, online, for sure. Remember, always, that organic stuff is cool, but notice it's this simple. At my pace and what I did, okay, 3 months is pretty fast, I think, anyway, but 3 months before I started trending on YouTube, okay? That's consistent, every single day upload, and with all the right tags and thumbnails and everything. So organic does work. But I didn't stop paid traffic. Our paid traffic is going every single moment. Even till now, there's paid traffic going out there right now. We're paying Facebook, we're paying different ads, right? Why? It's because actually, I would, like, while right now the channel's building up, and now let's say my video can get, I don't know, 10, 15K on my videos right now. I had one from 2 days ago, it's got 4K views already. That's pretty cool. But the difference is this: paid traffic today, if you put money on, in 2 days' time from scratch, you'll have more than 4K. You'll have 10K, you'll have 15K, you'll have 35K. Does that make sense? It's instant. Always understand your time. So you have to invest for these shortcuts. Does that make sense? Invest in the shortcuts. Yes?
When you're doing the videos,
Yeah.
are they always relevant to the beat strategy? Or for the beat track or something else? They have to be solely on the beat.
What's this for? Is this for YouTube or what?
YouTube or something, yeah.
Well, it depends what your channel's about. Like, it's best that your channel sticks to a theme. Yeah. Yeah, because people follow you for a reason. If one day you talk about, if one day you talk about cars and the next day you talk about makeup, then people are going to unsubscribe because like, what have I subscribed to, you know? Yeah, so a theme is good, yeah. Like if you want to do different themes, then the best way is to do different channels, yeah. But it's very powerful, actually, it's very powerful when you actually create this, this channel, because right now we're creating multiple channels. Now we know that, it's very simple, right? So we grow that channel, then we can throw the subscribers onto the other channels to help boost that a lot faster. So right now we're creating multiple channels within the team, and I'm helping everyone push their channels at the same time, you know. And then what will happen is they will start getting trending and new subscribers. Then you just keep throwing the subscribers back and forth. That's the collaborations a lot of big YouTubers and big people are doing out there now. You ever heard of Jay Shetty before? You look at his Facebook. You look at his Facebook. It's very interesting. You look at his Facebook and look at Prince EA right now. Both of them have decided that they're going to both keep boosting each other's thing. They keep sharing each other's content. Pretty much every day they're sharing each other's content right now. And they both at the same time went from equally around maybe 2, 3 million. They've shot up to like 8 million in the last couple of months. So it's like just by keep throwing traffic both ways. There's loads of things you can play around with, but let's start from the basics, right? Work our way through this. So, marketing is cool, okay? But remember, marketing is purely the transition, okay? Don't spend all your time on the creativity marketing in that aspect, because you need to close the deals. You must learn how to close the deals, right? You don't close the deal. It's very simple, by the way. It's very simple. And I always say this, and I want this to log into your brain. Repeat after me. Selling is serving. You know, I had a student of ours came to a Superpower Live around 3-4 years ago. Then they came to another one. Then they came to another one. They came to 3 Superpower Lives. I think there's quite a few of you who've been to quite a few as well. But he came to the 3rd Superpower Live, and I said, selling is serving. Then I started to talk about selling and serving. And he came up to me, he said, Eric, I really get it now. I said, I've told you in 3 Superpower Lives. I said, what did you not get before? He said, I don't know. I thought I got it. This is, again, another one of those things. It really does take time to get. It does. I'm saying that because even for me personally, it did as well. When I heard the first speaker who said selling is serving, I said, yeah, you're just saying that. It sounds good. And, it was a bit of that going on. Because why? Our minds always work on the negative first. We always think things are scammy, things are wrong. There must be something dodgy about this. Right? And so there was a bit of that playing up, and I was also saying, yeah, but at the end of the day, you're doing it because you want to make money. Seriously, I sat in a room, that was my thoughts, And then the more I got into understanding selling, and the more I got into understanding, repeat after me, selling is everything. Like, it's actually everything. It doesn't matter what thing you have that can change people's lives right now. It doesn't matter how powerful it is. If you don't know how to sell it, you can't change any life. You can't. It doesn't matter how powerful your idea is, your message is, your product is, your service, you don't know how to sell it, you can't change any life. Today, I really come to understand, I say, selling, I really believe with every ounce, every part of my body, I really believe that selling is my duty, is my absolute duty. On the basis that we start from the core, understanding that value first. What does that mean? It means that if I know that I've got something of value to other people, it is in every part of my body to understand that it is my absolute duty. I must close you right now. It is. It's that simple. Because understand this, okay? How many of you heard me speak at the business show, or how many of you heard me speak at last Age Academy event, and I closed you on this event? Raise your hand. Okay. Now, those of you who I closed you on this event, right? Are you glad you're at this event?
Yes.
Let's look at this for a second. Now, do you think it was more beneficial you coming to this event or not coming to this event? But let's say I was a lousy closer, but let's say Superpower Live was amazing, but I'm a lousy closer, you would have never benefited any of these things. It's the same thing with everything you have. If you suck at selling, it's very hard. It's going to be very hard for you to change lives. It's going to be very hard for you to give solutions and services and whatever you have that's good to other people. Very hard. And what will actually happen is the people who can sell, or even people who don't have the right ethical alignment and the right values, they're the people who will be going and not really serving, but getting those clients. Does that make sense? That's why when I teach business, I always say, let's start from the center. Find something of value to other people. Once that tick, let's move on to the second thing. Market it. When you understand how to do that, okay, now it's your duty time. Right? You have no choice. You're serious about entrepreneurship, you're serious about business, you're serious about helping people, it's your duty. And the thing is this, when it comes to closing, sales, and I used to ask this question because being the shy boy in school, selling was definitely not my thing, I was like, oh, I can't do that. Like some people, and I used to have this when I was in the restaurant business. My dad used to, my dad had an interesting way of motivating me. He did it by keep telling me that other people are better. So there was this guy, this manager at one of our restaurants called Danny, and he used to always say, why can't you be like Danny? Look, Danny's talking to all the customers and stuff like that. You always hide behind the till. I said, Dad, I don't know what to talk to people. These are strangers. He says, but look at Danny. Why can't you be like that? I'm just like, well, I'm not Danny. I don't know. What do you talk about, But the good news is, ask me, Eric, what's the good news? This can be learned. I'm living proof here. This can be learned. And so when you learn about confidence, when you learn about communication, when you learn on a deeper level about selling, then when I got into the higher levels of understanding all the psychology behind sales, I was asking a lot of more high-level questions. Things like, in a sales conversation, when do I actually start closing? Like, when do I get the format? When do I close? Like you have the building rapport part. You have all these different parts. When do I start closing? Right? The best advice I've ever been given, right, was you start closing from the moment you open your mouth. Said you start closing from the beginning of your because it's quite simple here. It really is quite simple. Like yeah, that's right. Repeat after me. ABC. 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 Point to the person next to you, say, always be closing. Always be closing is always serving. On the basis you have something of value, right? Always be closing is always serving. Maybe you have a great investment opportunity. You want people to benefit from it. People can't benefit from it if you can't close the deal. Always be closing. Right? It becomes your duty. And so, would it be valuable if you got good at closing? Would you like to know how?
Yes.
After lunch, we'll go into it, okay? So